So today, guys, we're talking about something a little bit different. We're talking about Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
Did I just say her name correctly?
I think so. DeGeneres. I mean, you guys know that we did a video a while back watching Ellen DeGeneres' show for the first time. Obviously, we have heard about Ellen. She is a big name, but less big in the UK. She's obviously a big deal in the US. So that video went down really well. And now we've heard all of these new things that we're going to discuss.
So it was in the comments of the Ellen video that suddenly we started getting spammed with people being like, she's actually really not very nice, you know. And I was like seeing these comments come in on our channel and I was like, okay, let's do some research, did some digging. Found quite a lot of things online, and I just think we should chime in with our opinion on it all. I think it's quite a bold statement to just dismiss someone, and I think we live in such a cancel culture world right now that it can be so easy to just be like, no, they're cancelled, that's it, it's the end of their career. So I just thought I'm just chiming with our opinion.
Right, you know more about it than I do. I know what's going on, and I watched some videos on the way down here to Brighton.
Okay.
Lovely Airbnb. If you want to use our code,
link in description.
Link in description.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know a huge amount, so you tell me.
Okay, so the first thing I came across was a YouTuber called Nikki Tutorials, who was on another chat show, and she was actually speaking about her time on Ellen's chat show. And what she said to the chat show host was she's had a very different experience in that the chat show host she was with right there and then said hi to her before the show, whereas Ellen didn't.
Hoe was het bij Ellen DeGeneres?
Nou, laat ik zeggen dat er een groot verschil is tussen De Wereld Draait Door en Ellen. En dan geef ik jullie het positieve handje.
Want?
Oh, punt.
Nou, daar wil ik meer weten.
Nou ja, er zijn bepaalde... Kijk, bijvoorbeeld, het is wel heel leuk dat jij wel vooraf hallo komt zeggen en zo.
Ik kom vooraf hallo zeggen.
En we gaan door.
Hey, ik hoef helemaal niks over mijn Amerikaanse collega's. Ik ben alleen nieuwsgierig als dit morgen staat heel anders is dan
het is bij Ellen in ieder geval, het is, wat ik heb meegemaakt hier en andere landen, is dat gewoon een hele andere wereld. Het zit gewoon iets anders.
Afstandelijke killer.
Tikje.
So imagine you're going on a TV show and the host hasn't come to introduce themselves, like you actually meet for the first time when you sit down. Would you take that personally?
No, I don't think so, because I would think, especially someone like Ellen, she's so big, such a big star. She's been doing this for so many years that of course it would be lovely if she came to say hi, because it would probably make me feel a bit less nervous. But at the same time, like, I'm there to be on camera and to like...
So is she.
And yeah, exactly.
I just think like the world went absolutely crazy at this, and I just didn't think it was that much of a big deal. I just thought talent show hosts are doing their job, and her job is to turn up to the interview, be great, do her thing, and then go home and live her life. Like, I just didn't think it was that much of a big deal.
And what if on that day Ellen had explosive diarrhea and she was dealing with that in her dressing room, or like, do you know what I mean? It could be anything.
What if she just had an argument with a family member or just
I think it's just a YouTuber. I mean, I know she made that interview before this kicked off, but I'm just like, some people just want to have a problem with everything.
Yeah, I know. And also, I don't think that YouTuber probably wanted this clip to go as sort of viral as it has. She was doing an interview in, I think, her native language. I don't know what the language is, I'm really sorry, but I just didn't think it was that much of a huge deal that justified this sort of beginning of like cancelling Ellen. Okay, the next thing that people are saying is shocking is the way that some staff members are being treated at work. So for instance, similar to the whole like hello thing with this YouTuber, they're saying that they worked on the Ellen show for a long time and they'd be walking through the corridors and Ellen never acknowledged them or said hi. So there's a bit of a different one. It's like behind the scenes at work, she's the boss, she's like, not the, I guess she is the big boss, isn't she? She's like producing and starring in this show, and she's never said hi to an employee. This one's a bit more difficult because it's like, oh, you'd really hope that someone in your workplace said hi to you.
But imagine being a huge star. You work for a big company. I bet there's hundreds of employees.
So many of them.
Every single person knows who you are, not just because you work for that company, but because you're a huge celebrity. It must be so exhausting day after day after day to always be smiling, always say hi to every single person. Of course, there'll be times where you don't, where you forget, or where you're just worried about the show or worried about how it's going to go, or your personal life. So I feel like, you would hope that she would be nice and friendly, but...
You get this idea of someone from what you see on screen for like however long she's on TV for, and you imagine that that is what she is like absolutely every living, breathing second, and it's just not reality.
People think we're high energy all the time, and that's not the case.
If anyone spent like half a day with us, they'd just realise how boring we are.
Yeah, we just sit on the sofa on our phones like...
in each other's company.
In each other's company.
And that's our idea of fun.
Yeah.
But going back to Ellen, I just think it's all too easy to blame an entire show's structure and atmosphere and ethos on one person. Like, it takes a whole team of people to put on a show like that. And just because the one person who happens to be the chat show host doesn't greet you in the corridor, like, I'm just tempted to say get over it. Yeah. I know that sounds horrible, but in a very humble way, Ellen could be thinking, like, I'm just one person in this massive team. If she was that person that was going, hi, hello, thank you for your work, you're amazing, does that not, like, then put her on a pedestal above everyone else? Whereas if she just walks down the corridor to the loo or to her dressing room, like, she's just like everyone else in the building.
And it would never be enough, even if what if she said hi to someone, but she didn't stop and say, how are you doing? Like, people would have a problem with that. And it's like, you can't do
win.
anything. Yeah.
If you're someone of that size, you cannot win. You're going to get cancelled. And I just think it's really shit for her right now, because she's done an amazing job. She's done all these incredible things throughout her whole life, on screen and off screen. And people are just so quick to cancel people because that's just the world we live in right now. They're like, you're cancelled. Oh, you don't say hi to your employees. Sorry, you're cancelled.
And people love it. People love the fact that someone that was like held in high esteem can bring them crumbling down. But it's just horrible.
People love to see those at the top fall.
Yeah, they do.
Prince Andrew falling from... that's different.
He deserves it. Yeah, but, with Ellen as well, with all of these other things that are coming out about the show, about how producers were treating workers and stuff, that isn't Ellen's responsibility. No. And we could get into arguments about people about that, because there are people that are like, it's her show, her name, but it's like, she is the talent. She's there. Like, she can't keep a track of every single employee and all of their behaviours and how they treat everyone.
That's not her job.
No.
What is her job? To turn up, do the show, do an amazing job,
make people laugh, make people smile.
Yeah, I just think, like, there clearly, from what I've read, has been a fundamental issue within the production team.
Yeah, and that needs to change.
That needs to change. You can't treat people the way they have apparently treated people. But I just think, if you're someone at the top of that entire, like, production of people, you can't be expected to oversee everything all the time, 24/7. And I think it was very bold of her in her statement to say, clearly something went wrong here. I never wanted it to run this way, and this is how it's running, so we're committed to making changes. Yeah. Something along those lines. We'll put it on screen.
Definitely.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good
also, so I watched some of these videos on Instagram that someone was using as an example of how she's treated like an audience member badly.
Okay, that's
and yeah, I won't say anything, we'll talk about it afterwards, but I just think it's silly.
You could have taken more than one thing and you didn't, except for these ladies right here. And she returns one of her stolen items and she switches it out for a hat. All right. Hi. Hello. What's your name?
My sister couldn't come, so that was her souvenir.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A lot of people's sisters couldn't come. You're the kind of person, like, when you go trick-or-treating and nobody's home, you don't just take you take the bowl. You just walk away. No.
No.
All right. You go sit in that Ellen jail over there right now.
They made her go and sit in the Ellen jail. But that's funny, like, it's a joke. And like, things like that people are bringing up and going, look how mean she's treating everyone. I didn't think that was mean at all. And also, even if it was mean, like, that person shouldn't have stolen stuff from the production. Yeah. So it's like, but she made a joke about it and gave her lots of screen time as well.
That's so much. She's turned something that could have been, like, really annoying into something that's, like, now content and comedy for the show. I just think that's great. And if anyone's going to be like, that is bullying, then that just demonstrates how backwards the world is right now that we live in. This is a time where comedy is being cancelled. Everyone's being cancelled. Anyone who's ever achieved anything, people are going through and digging things up about them to try and cancel them. And I just think it needs to change.
Yeah, definitely.
This is just how we feel.
This is how we feel, and we just want to say that we stand with Ellen,
we
or by Ellen.
We stand with by. Porsche released a statement with the hashtag, so I'll just check that for you now, Joel. I believe it is I stand with Ellen DeGeneres, I stand by Ellen.
Okay,
those are the hashtags.
Us. So, and we encourage all of you, if you like Ellen, not to believe all of the that all of this is her responsibility. Of course there are things wrong with the production, people have been treated badly, but that isn't solely Ellen's responsibility. And these other things, like that clip we just showed, like, that's not bullying, that's just having fun.
I know. There's also talks about James Corden replacing Ellen and being the new host. And that just wouldn't feel right. It just wouldn't feel right. He's a late show. He's a late show host. I just don't think he should be a daytime host.
And they've got the same haircut, but it just wouldn't work.
It just wouldn't work. People seem to have a problem with James Corden as well. People have a problem with anyone who's achieved anything. And yes, Warner Media are investigating the Ellen DeGeneres show, not Ellen DeGeneres individual. That people need to separate the show and the individual in their minds, because this is truly probably affecting people's mental health. And it's not fair.
And she's already experienced this once when she came out years ago, where people then tried to end her career because they're like, ew, she's a lesbian, gross. And like, it's just happening again, but this time it's not to do with sexuality, it's to do with things that she hasn't done and that are out of her control. So it's just mean, and I think it's unwarranted.
I've seen other YouTube videos where people have honestly rinsed this for about 25 minutes, talking about how her whole life motto, her show motto is to be kind, and how all of these acts are not kind acts and so on. But I just think people will pluck a storyline out of anything they can. Do you know what I mean? Be kind. She is kind. She's as kind as she can be. Give a celeb a day off.
Give her a day off. Honestly, I know she earns a lot of money and that she's very privileged, and I'm sure she's aware of that privilege. That doesn't give anyone the right to like tear her down for something that she hasn't even done wrong.
No.
So
that's our thoughts on Ellen, guys. And the Ellen show, that we all need to differentiate.
Yes. Ellen show, bad. Ellen DeGeneres, good.
Great.
Great.
Please just give Ellen a break. Please
leave Ellen alone.
Leave Ellen alone.
Seriously.
And that's all we have to say on the matter, guys. I predict there will be a lot of dislikes on this channel because you're all brainwashed by what you see on the internet. But we're just out here putting some truth out. So.
Exactly. In a sea of hate, we're a glimmering ship of hope.
And we'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching.
See you soon.
Bye. I was about to say social media.
Subscribe if you want. Social media. We've got separate solo channels too. Check it all out.
And we'll see you in the next one.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.